strength training basics. So we have, like I said before, we have all the major movements. We have, say, a squat mechanic, a deadlift, a row, a press, and like an ab or a plank, right? So it's gonna be horizontal and lateral, horizontal, lateral. A couple things, biggest things that we're focused on. So squats. Any leg movement you do, deadlifts too. Heels stay on the floor. You're never gonna go on your toes. You're a beginner or you're intermediate. Don't worry about the extra stuff. Just feet shoulder apart, toes pointed slightly out for squats. Stay on your heels. And you go down low as you can. Knees track your feet. Those are the major things you need to worry about, okay? And you worry about, the loading and, the back, but as long as you're stay on your heels, knees track your feet, and you're walking on through that plane, you're generally gonna be okay, okay? Deadlifts. So big thing, this is gonna be a more knee dominant knee dominant movement or quad dominant movement. This is more of a hip dominant movement. So for deadlifts, rule of thumb. You have conventional deadlifts or RDLs, feet stay close together. As your feet get wider, toes start pointing out, right? So to give you an example, you're doing sumo squats, feet are wide, toes out. Or sorry, deadlifts. You're doing sumo deadlifts or even squats. Toes out, feet wide. You're doing some more like a conventional RDL, feet close, toes pointing straight ahead, okay? And with this, deadlifts, if you can see me in the frame, knees gonna be slightly bent, butt goes down and back. See how my knees aren't bent, but not really moving? You wanna basically do that mechanic, right? So knees stay where they're at, knees slightly bent. I'm pushing my butt down and back as I lean forward. And that center of gravity is actually gonna be right in line with where my shoulders are, okay? So I'm not gonna be falling backwards, I'm not gonna be falling forwards. Big chest, push my butt down and back, lean forward. That's the deadlift mechanic. Same thing, stay on your heels, and don't round your back, right? Another thing too, for both squat, all these movements, you have something called scapular retraction and depression. And so imagine I'm just like, hulking me, I'm just the hunchback of Notre Dame, right? I'm rounding, shoulders are forward, and I have bad posture. If I do the exact opposite, bring my shoulders down and back and pin them down, I'm gonna feel my lats, these muscles here engaging. That's gonna stabilize my shoulder joint, something called your glenohumeral joint. So if I stay here and I do every mechanic through this, I'm gonna have a lot less chance of getting injured. On top of that, I'm gonna be a lot more prone to be able to move more weight. So squats, stay here, deadlifts, stay there. Same thing with rows. For now, just work on shoulders down and back, keep it here the entire time, and as you pull, squeeze as tight as you possibly can, okay? Now as you get kind of more comfortable, as you get better at that, you can kind of letting it give, keep tension, get a stretch and pull. But again, shoulders down and back, stay nice and tight. Exact same things. I'm doing like a lateral, like a lat pull down, shoulders down and back, going up, getting a stretch, down, pull, and squeeze. So full range of motion, try and get your muscles engaged and try to get everything basically working. You don't want to do say you're doing like a pull, you don't want to do like this where it's only your bicep and it's just some weird bicep curl variation, right? So get that stretch, get that back working, okay? Because muscle groups in your back or your chest are much bigger than your arms. And so you're gonna see much more progress that way. On top of that, you're gonna be a lot more safe when you move. Same thing, press, horizontal, lateral press, chest out, shoulders back and down. I mean, we have other videos to show you this stuff, but we wanna work on keeping this tight. You're pressing or even pressing upward, everything just engaged and everything stabilized, okay? Then planks, I mean, a lot of people think you need to do sit-ups and crunches, but a lot of these major movements, they hit your abs, and your abs are there more for stability and basically protect your spine. So you don't necessarily have to do sit-ups and crunches, but I think we really like planks and those mechanics where you prevent you from moving. So that's gonna help with health and injury prevention much more than doing sit-ups. Because one thing to think about, there's always gonna be a risk reward to everything you do. So you wanna get that risk as little as possible and make the reward as high as possible. And that's essentially how you do that.